Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Qudash. Double honor to the apostle Nelson, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, have mercy upon you. I'm on the brother page, Jim. Let's get this work too. The name of his video is "The Nation of Edom Got Severe Hell to Pay." I was listening to this young lady here, which is so-called Edomite woman. Well, she appeared to be anyway. So she there are many ways to go at this here, but hey, I don't know. We'll see how we're gonna attack it, right? But I always read the brother's precept that he posts, so we're gonna start that first. Listen up.
If you follow me, you probably saw my video about Auschwitz, but today I want to talk about something completely different. I want to talk about slavery. I'm talking about American slavery of black people. For 400 fucking years, by the way. It was 400 years. And you're probably thinking, I already know all about this. We talk about this in school. I don't need to learn anymore. Well, let me tell you, we actually don't talk about this in school. We don't talk about the truth of it. So let me tell you some things that I learned while researching this. And it's not that hard to research, you just have to look it up. So, fact check me if you want, but here we go. First one I wrote down, you probably heard the term motherfucker, okay? And I'm not going to do any of that corny, like, grape stuff. I'm going to use the real words because those people deserve it. They deserve to not be graped or whatever the fuck. So, slave owners sometimes would force, this was a common occurrence, would force black men to their own mothers to publicly humiliate them and break their spirit. That's where the term motherfucker comes from. The term motherfucker comes from slavery. And I'm never going to use that term again. Once I found that out, I was so sick. Next up, the Atlantic slave trade, which we've all heard about, right? If you have like a public education, hopefully you've heard about this. It was so much worse than we could ever possibly imagine. And like, I mean that. Certain ships were actually invented to make it faster so that the slave traders could get more of a profit because people were dying too quickly on the ships. They had special made masts that were much higher. They were the fastest and biggest ships so that they could make a higher profit because people kept killing themselves and dying. And now let me add on to that, people committing suicide because the conditions were so horrible on the ship. They hadn't even made it to slavery yet. They hadn't made it to the plantations. And they were still killing themselves because they knew how bad it was going to be. Sharks literally changed their migration patterns because bodies were just thrown overboard once they died. However, the Atlantic slave trade officially ended in 1808, right? That was the law that was put in by the early United States government. But do you think that stopped it? No. Let me talk about the reverse Underground Railroad. A lot of Southerners went up north, and they had these like gangs that would go and capture, that would kidnap black people. Even if they had never been a slave in their life, if they were escaped, no matter who they were, if you were black, they were going to try to kidnap you. They sold children, especially children, because they were easier to kidnap. It was just a big human trafficking thing. And it boggles my mind that we aren't, like, we don't really talk about this stuff in school, at least not at my school in Utah. And also, to counteract the end of the slave trade in 1808, you know what they did? They made breeding farms. And you can guess what that is. It was a farm. Girls as young as 13, you know, I wouldn't be that shocked if it was younger, but at least girls and women as young as 13 were sent to special plantations that were exclusively made for breeding, making new people to enslave. And I also didn't know about this, and I don't know, I'm just fuming right now, because, like, I knew it was bad, but, like, doing, like, a little bit of your own research makes you realize how horrible it was. Like so much worse than I ever imagined. Another one, you may have heard about this, but if you haven't, let me tell you, the white people, the slave owners, would use African American hair for cushions, for couches, for insulation. They pulled people's teeth that had pretty nice teeth, whatever. They would pull them and turn them into fucking dentures and sell them to rich white people. And you know who had those fucking dentures? George Washington. He had teeth pulled from his slaves to make his own fucking dentures. No, his teeth were not wooden. That's a fucking myth. His teeth were made from slaves' teeth. I mean, they turned their skin into leather. Another thing, they used these people as much as they could. It's horrifying. Obviously, they exploited them for labor. That's the one we all know. But they also used women in particular for fucking medical experimentation. Do you want to know the reason we know so much about women's gynecology? Is because of the fucking human experimentation that happened to black women in the 1800s and before. Also, the sheer amount of that women had to endure from their fucking masters or whatever, don't get me fucking started. But the amount that happened within, not just on plantations, but like during the slave trade, during auctions, it's just so disgusting. I saw a study that said that 16% of all African Americans can trace their ancestry back to Europe. That is because of 16% of all African Americans today. And this video is 5 minutes long. I've been talking for a minute. I haven't even scratched the surface on the cannibalism. It makes me so angry. And guess what? It didn't fucking end with the Emancipation Proclamation. That was a great start. But it didn't fucking end. You really think those people that owned other people were just like, oh, well, it's illegal now. I guess I have to let you all go. No, that didn't fucking happen. They kept their slaves. They weren't all just suddenly freed because the president told them they had to. Really, guys? And even the slaves that were freed, guess what? They underwent so much horrific stuff for the rest of their lives. The rest of their lives. People don't realize how common and how brutal and how horrific and depraved lynchings were. Like, it's so insane to me. Like, when people are like, why should I feel bad about this? I didn't own a slave. Well, look at your fucking family history, guys. I looked at my family history. I had, because I'm really into family history, I had like my 5th great grandpa or something was from Kentucky, and his fucking will says, to my son, I leave an African American girl, well, I think he said Negro, I don't want to say that word though, named Luda. And it just made me feel so disgusted at my own heritage. Like, the fact that people don't feel shame at all. People are like, oh, well, whatever, like, it's in the past. That bothers me so fucking bad. And guess what? It isn't that far in the fucking past. It's not that far in the fucking past. Fucking, the first black girl to go to an all-white school, she's younger than Trump. She has fucking Instagram and TikTok. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm so heated. I probably just sound so stupid. But I'm just so disgusted right now. Just, like, thinking about it. And, like, I've written some stuff down. Just, like, it just makes me so angry. It didn't end in 1863. It didn't end in 1865. You, like, please, I want you to do your own research. I want you to find out as much as you can about this to understand how horrible it was. Because we truly have no idea. Anyways, rant over. I hope I didn't word anything poorly, because I'm not thinking right now. I'm just kind of disgusted right now. So I hope that this wasn't too, like, sensitive. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Alright, now. We stood. Hey, she said a lot. But the thing is now, right, this is why Esau Edom is working hard to actually to get rid of a lot of the information that's on the web. But hey, the Lord Yahweh Shah created the web for a purpose, and that purpose was for us. Yes, the elect. And what's that precept? Shameful spewing, meaning shameful spewing shall be what on thy glory. right? They've been glorifying and through all of their holidays and um, pushing all of this wickedness, and we, la 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 la, just Christmas, New Year's, all that, and we doing what? And we following along right along with what? The wickedness, and not knowing that that a lot of the things that we do celebrate is what? It's for the purpose of what? Mostly of destroying our people. So the brother came with the precept, Obadiah 1. What was Obadiah 1? And Obadiah 1 to 10. For thy violence against thy brother, Jacob, and Jacob is the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, right? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land. For thy violence against thy brother, Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And thou shalt be what? Shalt be cut off forever. So that's Esau's future. And his future is what? That he will and shall be cut off forever. After serving 1,000+ years, we'll say 1,000, but we know it's going to be, the Most High say 1,000, he might be 1,000 years, 999. So they might serve 2,000 years. Hey, who knows? Well, that's the Heavenly Father. For thy violence against thy brother, Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. He had verse 11 too. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and that in the day that the strangers, that was in when the Babylonians and the Syrians did what? Ramshack and came into Jerusalem and ran. Most of us that did get away got away what? And went down to what? To Africa. But that's that on the other side in the day that what? The strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gate and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. So Esau Edom has a lot of crime, or should I say? They got a lot to pay for, a whole lot to pay for. But hey, these things were all were for a purpose, and that purpose is coming to a head. Let me read this since I brought it up, which was going to which is in Habakkuk 1 and 6. But I'm gonna start at verse 14. Habakkuk 2 and 16. I'm gonna start at verse 14 though. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge. I'm gonna get into it. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea. So what you're seeing now is this great awakening, and this is why you are what for those of you all do watch in my videos, and what as many other brothers, the truth is what? It's in the air. It's here now. Why? Because it's through the prophets, the true prophets, not those. Even though we have some brothers going off here and there concerning the Sabbath, wives, many wives, no one wife. That's IUIC and hey man, many other things. But hey, for the most part, we all teach the same. Verse 15: Woe unto him who Esau Edom, that giveth his neighbors drink, meaning his neighbors is the Israelites. This is why most of us now are lost and destroyed, because Esau Edom had did a very wonderful job in destroying us as a people. And most of us are what? Are defending our oppressors. The Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. So most of us Israelites were not wise. And we're going to continue that not being wise, and we're going to suffer. We all going to suffer, 1/3 and 2/3. But the 2/3 are going to suffer that death by fire. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Their nakedness meaning the Israelites. Esau, Edom is the reason, again, that most of these Israelites don't have a covering. And their covering is what? Is this truth. Because for the most part, we are in what? All these different religions. All these different religions, and we're doing what? We're serving the what? The enemies. Which is man-made religions. What's some of them is? Baptists. Most of us so-called black people is in Baptists. Mormons. We are Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, Seventh-day Adventists, Pentecostals. All these religions that our people are in, and we are not serving the true and living God. We're serving, most of us are serving who? Jesus. Which is the what? Your enemy is God. Now, this is the point here. Verse 16 of Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art filled with shame. For glory drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Meaning Esau, Edom, in the present day is being what? Exposed. So all of that glory that he once held through wickedness, by destroying us as a people, and not just only us, Esau, Edom has spilled more blood than any other nationality of men. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, have spilled more blood than anyone. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup, what cup? Meaning the cup of wrath of the Lord Yahweh, right hand, Yahweh Shai, leading the charge with what? The angels, the chariots, nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles. They're going to be what? Led by what? The angels. The cup of the Lord Yahweh, right hand, shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So their glory of wickedness have turned into what? Shame. Literally. It has literally turned into shame. Now let's get right into it, right? Where I want to go, Exodus. Yeah, Exodus 35 and verse. Let's keep right in. Is it 35? Yeah, 35, 33. No, I'm sorry, not Exodus. Numbers. Numbers 35 and verse 33. So this is the only way that this land could be cleansed, right? Because in the four corners of America, our blood and bones is scattered in what? In the four corners of this place. Of Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And you heard the young lady spoke about, she made a statement and said, as the first precept popped in my head was Isaiah 14:21. Because she said that when she speak and be talking about and be on that subject, the so-called white people, they're what? Well, I wasn't live. Yeah, it happened, and I don't do this and that. And I don't have anything to do with that. Yes, you do. Because your forefathers, most of you all forefathers, and then what? They came back into the same wealth that he left here. For those of you all that has true understanding concerning the reincarnation, because reincarnation is real. So most of you so-called white people have what? The wealth that you all have, especially over in the South, the wealth that you all have had in the land, your forefathers have came back into their wealth, man, that they left. Yes, you have. For this is what the scriptures say. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with what? With city. So you all have to pay for what? The sins of your forefathers, because you are your forefathers returning back in the flesh. Just like the what? The prophets are back preaching the what? Most of the prophets are what? Are preaching the gospel. So the prophets are back giving the truth, and the truth is back in the earth. Let's see, what I want, yeah, Joel. Let's go to Joel. I'm going to hit Joel. Joel 3 and verse 16. I think it's 3 and 16. Joel 3 and 16. Is it? No, I'm sorry, 3 and 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, meaning Egypt is spiritually what? Egypt is what? Is America. Because America is, Egypt is what was our purpose over there in Egypt? In the hands of what? Of the Egyptians. Huh? We were what? We was in captivity. We were slaves for 430 years. America has served that same purpose. So this is why America is spiritually named. It's called what? Spiritual Egypt. Huh? Same thing. Remember, what they do? Deuteronomy 28 and 68. That ye shall, damn, I didn't want to butcher it. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. What did it say? Real quick. I ain't read that scripture in so long. 28 and 68 is, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt was known for what? For bondage. Right? And you can get that in Exodus 20 and 2 explains Egypt and it being what? As bondage. This is why, so y'all, alright. That's just like, you got a badass child, you say, okay now, I'm going to send you back to Egypt. So Egypt is known for bondage. So when he made that quote concerning Egypt shall be a desolation, it's not talking about actual Egypt, it's talking about America. Egypt shall be a desolation, because Egypt, that land is not a desolation. So it clearly is not talking about the Egyptians, right, which is the Hamites. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom, the Edomites, shall be a desolate wilderness. For the violence against the children of Judah. Who is that? Judah is what? The American blacks, right? But over here in America, the northern and the southern tribe of the children of Israel, we both have been what? Oppressed together. The violence against the children of Judah, that's the reason. Because they have what? Have shed innocent blood in their land. Innocent blood, man. These devil has over and over and over and over have shedded innocent blood, and they continue to shed innocent blood. Not only our blood, huh? Esau Edom has been what? He's been that hammer of the earth, and he's been putting that judgment down on the left-hand side, which is of the wicked. Esau Edom, the so-called white people, man, when y'all be trying to say these devils, man, you can't make something, you can't make him straight when the Heavenly Father created him to be crooked, man. You can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Habakkuk 2 and, let's go to verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. Everything Esau Edom has gained in the earth he have done it by what? By blood. By deleting people, especially us as a people, the Israelites. This is the only. Oh yeah, Revelations. 6. Let me look at it right quick, y'all. Revelation 6 and verse. Revelation 6 and 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them? Them who? Esau, Edom, that dwell on the earth. How long? So clearly, the world is what? Is watching, and the world sees the downfall of America, which is Babylon. The world sees its downfall, and it's slowly diminishing as what? As being, hold up, Thessalonians, that's what I'm thinking about. 2 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with thy power to recompense. That word recompense goes into what? Payback. It is a righteous thing to be what? For our enemies to receive what? Payback. For all of the atrocities that they have done over him with the Israelites, especially the so-called or the southern tribe of the children of Israel, especially Judah. Seeing it is a righteous thing with thy power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And it's not these devils troubling us, but as a whole, all these nations over the centuries have troubled us. And Esau, Edom, he's the main culprit in these last days to what? To receive, going to receive that judgment from the Lord. But as a whole, every nation under the sun is going to what? Is going into captivity for what? For their what? Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee, so they all have devoured us in what? In the past as well as in the present. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thy adversaries, that means the other nations, all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Those are the other nations, man. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So these are the what? These are that as Israelites, I mean, what that fool name is? He's so not irrelevant. Hakar. That man, if anybody is following Deacon Hakar, and what's the other one name? I can't think of their name. That should show how relevant they are. Following them, if anybody following them knuckleheads, it shows that you are just what? You just want to be entertained by the professor. Now I might well call him professor because he has. Now, for one, let me tell you something. This Negro here, this wicked nigga, Deacon Hakam, he wouldn't take that hat off for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He gave any and every reason in used scripture to wear that damn hat on his head. But for Jesus, he has done what? He has finally taken that damn hat off his head. But we know the one that that has a true understanding concerning this wicked nigga. What was he doing? He was hiding that bald head, y'all. He was hiding that head because he was keeping it clean. He knew he was what? He knew he was that is one of the things that he was ashamed of. See, a lot of you all don't realize that you are being ashamed of the gospel, man. You shouldn't be ashamed of the gospel at no point from front to back of the scriptures, the Bible, man. From the apocryphal, from the King James to the apocryphal, which is the apocryphal is what? Part of the King James. But he now is taking it off. But hey, it is what it is. Can't wait to get that guy his judgment. Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So this is what's good. This is Esau, Edom, especially America. This is what. This is his future. His future is captivity. All of the things that he's trying and doing now, he's going to actually pull off all of the wickedness that he has, that he's going to let me rephrase that. He's going to put forth that effort in trying to establish that his own birthright. So, and in the process of him trying to establish his own birthright, the Heavenly Father is going to spoil his ass. And this is what he's aware of it, but he's not aware of it to the extent that the prophets are, because the prophets are warning him. This is why he's moving in the way that he's moving. Think about it, y'all. Look at what's going on in so-called Middle East now. We've been screaming World War III, Armageddon, in the so-called Middle East for how long? For how long? And now that it's taking, now a lot of you all are not, like Apostle Tor say all the time. I mean, hey, say that now you Negroes, y'all don't even scoff no more because you can't. You can't. Now you fear. You got you around here you ain't even twiddling your thumb because you because it's right before you. Let me see, Jeremiah. That's what I want. It's right before your eyes, man. It's almost on your doorstep, man. Esau even gonna pay a lot of y'all a visit. I want Jeremiah 22 and verse Jeremiah 22 and 13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, in his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. Esau Edom got free labor off our ass, man, for over 400 years, man. Still getting the free labor. Ain't no such thing. Look, man, captivity over here in America. And you all thinking that Esau Edom is going to the kingdom to what? To stand side by side with the Israelite, man. You smoking something real bad. Oh, in the apocryphal Ecclesiasticus 21 in verse 21 and 8. Right? Another man's money. He that buildeth his house with other men's money, is like one that gathereth himself stone for the tomb of his burial. So Esau Edom is going to go. He's definitely going to that pit, the grave. These devils are going to catch pretty hell in the kingdom. Verse 9. The congregation of the wicked is like tow, meaning something tow, like dragging something, right? To drag. Wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them. That's the future. Which is what? Which is Esau Edom's future, which is America, which is the lake of fire. You wicked 2/3 are going to die with your enemies over here in what? Over here in America. You're going to die over here in America. Let's go to What I want? Job. Let's go to Job. Actually, 21. Job 21. Let me turn right to it. 21 and verse 19. Is it? No. Yes. 21. Job 21:19. Thy power, God, thy power, layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. He knows this. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the what? Of the Almighty. That's your futures. And these Edomites, they see it now. This is why they what? That shameful spirit on the wickedness of their forefathers, because their forefathers are what has a hell of a past, man, of a line of trail of blood, man, like no other. Again, thy power layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. Can't get around it. So when that nom say, Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Rokah Kudash, Shalom.